Hi everyone. So I have been living in Gozo for almost 3 weeks now as a long-term visitor, and I'm shocked to discover that it is hunting season here during winter from September to January 31st, and that hunters are allowed to pretty much terrorize the whole island with their gunshots throughout the day. So when you look at Malta likes to present itself as a touristy country that invites people, etc., that it's great to come here. And looking at all the YouTube videos, I also thought that it was a great place to visit. But if you're visiting a beautiful island and paying a lot of money to stay in a nice apartment, the last thing you want to do is wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning from disturbing gunshots that sound very scary and horrible and stress you even more, in which you end up leaving your vacation more stressed than when you came. So I thought I would make this video to kind of warn you all and tell you about the reality of being in Malta, specifically Gozo, during the hunting season. So hunters, what they do is they kill birds in fields near residential areas and terrorize the inhabitants of the island. And they're allowed to do this. I did call a police station and ask them how this is allowed because I was very shocked. And I was told that they can start shooting from 2 hours before sunrise until sunset, except for Sundays. So basically, for more than 14 hours a day, they are allowed, or I would say 16 hours, they are allowed to shoot. Now, somebody else did tell me that they're not supposed to shoot anywhere close to 200 meters to residential areas, but that's not very much. Second of all, because the island is small and they apparently kill the birds in fields where there's trees. So if you look at Gozo, a lot of it is countryside. So basically anywhere they shoot, you're gonna hear it. And it sounds like it's right next to your building, even though they may not be close, they may not be 200 meters away. So it's very loud regardless of where they are, again, because it's a small island. And you can't escape the noise, like you can't go to the other side of the island because it's all over the island. So any touristic or traditionally fun activities that you would do on the island are kind of ruined by this horrible loud gunshot. So for example, today we tried to go to a really nice church that's famous, and we could just barely get in the church, and even inside the church you can hear the gunshots. It was very disturbing, so you couldn't really enjoy it. And you go to the nice beach, like we went to the Azure window, and again, you could hear the gunshots. So basically I visited 3 places today on the island, and in all those places you could hear the gunshots. So you can look up the information and see how this happened. I think for a period of time it was outlawed, and then the gun lobby or the hunting lobby got hold of the government again. But I think what you should do is first, just for practical levels, as long as hunting is legal, and I think they have a spring season as well, I don't think you should come to the island at all. Not to the main island, Malta, or to Gozo. I think tourism is very important to Malta, and I think one way is to boycott tourism, especially during the hunting season, to tell the authorities that no, we're not going to come and kind of deal with this noise. Like, it's not helping tourists, right? If you're here to get away from it all and enjoy some hiking, enjoy the beautiful sights, you don't want to be hearing gunshots. It's also for your own kind of enjoyment as well, because you never know, it's not on specific days. It depends on the weather, even though I don't know anything about hunting, so I don't know when or how. Basically, you have no way to know when you're coming to the island whether you will end up during the hunting days. So you could end up coming here to get away from your own stresses in your life and then end up with feeling like you are in a war zone. So I think just for your own kind of enjoyment of your vacation, I don't think you should come to the island during the hunting season, but also to kind of let the government know that they should, stop this. They shouldn't allow this. It destroys the environment. The lead from the guns also kind of pollutes the environment. So they're kind of, instead of preserving nature, they're kind of killing nature. So I don't know what they're thinking. Obviously, they don't really care. So I think you shouldn't come here during the hunting. And just look up, even during spring, they have hunting. So just look it up. And if it's starting, just don't come. And then the other issue is if you skip the hunting season, right? You don't want to come here and then you come during the traditional season, which is summer, you're going to end up with too many tourists. So maybe you should find a different vacation spot. You can also write to the Maltese government. They have a Twitter account or the tourism authority as well, and just let them know that you're not going to be visiting the island, which is not peaceful and tranquil as it would be because of this hunting. And it's really amazing to me that the hunters, the people who hunt, like are so self-absorbed that they don't realize they're like disturbing everyone living on the island. Like they're disturbing the lives of 35,000 people living on the islands just because they want to kill something for fun. So to me, that just doesn't make any sense at all. And how they are allowed to do it doesn't make even, it makes even less sense. There's only one organization that I could find that actually tries to protect the bird life on the island, and I would, encourage you to look them up and help them or donate to them. Obviously, the government doesn't care, so it's other organizations that need to help the birds survive. And there's always stories of them killing, like there's supposedly a certain number of or types of birds that they can kill, but I strongly doubt that as the bird is flying, they can tell what kind of a bird it is. So if you look up, like there's tons of stories on the news of them killing, protected species, just really beautiful birds for no reason whatsoever.